Hello, hello. Happy 2021. I hope everyone is doing amazing. We are going to talk about how to find deals if you have $0. Okay. If you have no ad budget, you got no money to back you up. How do you still fund, and finish real estate deals in 2021? First, I hope you have money. It's hard to do this with no money, but if you have $0, this is my recommendation to you. We spend a lot of money reaching out and trying to find people through text messages, cold calls, ringless voicemails. If you don't have any money, you're not going to be able to do any of that. So how do you find these deals? I think the number one tip if you don't have much money to find deals is called driving for dollars. And what that is driving around neighborhoods and trying to find properties that are neglected or that look distressed in some way, shape, or form, and trying to identify those properties, and then trying to get in contact with the owners of those properties. So driving for dollars is a big one. I think there's a better way, though. A lot of people do well driving for dollars, but if I had no money and I was trying to find deals, I would look at Zillow. Okay, I would make Zillow my jam, and I would use Zillow to find deals. So how can you find deals on Zillow? Number one, I would go to for sale by owner listings. Okay, I would go on Zillow, try to search for sale by owners, and then I'd start calling those for sale by owner listings and see if any of them would take a reduced price. We call a lot of for sale by owners today, even though we have an ad budget, right? So I think calling FSBOs, FSBOs is a great way to find leads, okay? You can also call agents, right? You can call and try to get deals through agents. I wouldn't call when the house has been on the market for a week, but if you can look and find houses that have been on the market for 60, 70, 80, 90, 180 days, you have an opportunity to make a low offer and get a deal. I would also try to find wholesalers. Try to network with wholesalers. And I know most wholesalers are terrible. I'm a wholesaler, self-identified as well, but most wholesalers out there are garbage. But if you want to find good off-market deals, or if you want to find good, deeply discounted deals, finding good wholesalers is a great way to do it. So try to find wholesalers, try to work with agents, try to find for sale by owner, but work Zillow. Pick up the phone call and try to call people that want to sell their home. They might not want to sell it at a discount, but if they want to sell it, you're almost there. Now you just got to try to find one that will sell at a discount. All right, so our first step in real estate investing is finding the deal. So those are my tips on finding deals. What about funding deals? How are you going to fund deals if you have a $0 budget? It's going to be really tough, right? You're probably not going to be able to fund the deal. So what options do you have? I think the best option is just try to wholesale deals, right? Go into a deal knowing that you're going to try to wholesale it. And you, depending on how you do wholesaling, you shouldn't need money to actually do it. It's tough to do it without any money, but you can complete wholesale transactions without money. The other opportunity you have is to try to get private money. Try to talk to someone within your network that has money and say, hey, I'm out here finding deals. If I find a deal, will you lend at a fixed interest rate on this deal, right? Those rates could be all over the place, but I think generally somewhere between 8 to 12%, 8 to 15% maybe is kind of what private money is going to go for depending on the deal. The other thing is to JV or joint venture on a deal. If you can find an awesome real estate deal, and then you can joint venture with someone, you can have them bring the deal. So you might go to one of your friends who maybe has some money and say, hey, how about I'll go find the deal, I'll do all the work, and then you bring the money for the down payment, and then we'll split it going forward. Is that something that we can do? Okay. So you could also look at maybe buying with a VA loan, right? VA loan is usually close to $0 out of your pocket. If you want to do a house hack or maybe an FHA loan, you can get into a house with almost $0 down if you're looking at the funding aspect. I'm looking at my notes here, make sure I don't miss any big ones. But I think that pretty much covers it. That's how you find deals. That's how you fund deals. How do you finish deals? How do you finish deals if you have $0? Well, the best way to finish, I think, if you got no money is to wholesale the back end, right? Just try to wholesale that property. I think it's going to be really tough to do a flip or to hold on to a property if you don't have any money in it. So number one, I would say wholesale. Number two, I think, is BRRRR, or buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. A lot of people are familiar with the BRRRR technique, right? If you can get into a house, okay, with no money down, and then you have enough equity there where you can burr out, get a new loan, and not have any dollars into it. I think that can work. The other thing is how to finish a deal is to continue to JV or continue joint venturing on the backside of that deal. So you find it, you fund it with private money or joint venture, and then you keep it and you hold it potentially as a rental, as a joint venture. You could also flip as a joint venture. There's a lot of things you can do there, okay? So find, fund, finish. I don't recommend doing it with $0, but if you have $0, you can still do it. Okay, this is. I'm going to try to wrap it up as pretty as I can right here. This is what I would do if you had no money. Number one, to find deals, pick up the phone, call as many people as you can. Go to Zillow, start calling for sale by owners, start calling agents, start working your phone to try to call deals. You can also work Facebook. Facebook's an amazing place for groups. Go in groups like Sell My House Fast, Florida, off-market real estate deals, Texas, whatever groups you want, and you can find deals there as well. But you got to talk to people. It's really hard to do it without talking to people. For funding, if you want to fund deals, there's creative ways, but the best way to do it is find someone who has money, who doesn't maybe have as much time or doesn't have as much hustle, and try to joint venture with that person. Okay, joint venture with the person that's got a little deeper pockets than you, okay? And then finishing a deal, I think if you have $0, you should really understand wholesaling because it's a great way to put cash in your pocket. And if you're not gonna wholesale, I would look at different burr opportunities, okay? So find, fund, and finish. I recommend having money, but if you have no money, don't let that be a limiting belief. You can still go out there and close deals in 2021, even if you have a $0 budget. I hope you all crush those 2021 goals. Take care, and thanks for watching.